What is something that people normally do that is actually messed up when you think about it? It weirds me out how invested some people are into their jobs. I get it if your company does some sort of humanitarian work and you believe in the mission of the company. But some people just fill out Excel sheets all day at Corporation X. And they'll miss their child's dance recital or let their accrued vacation expire without blinking. Child beauty pageants. I just don't get it. It's gross. Stop it. The criminal police system. When you get arrested for a crime you have two options. You can plead guilty and get the appropriate sentence for the crime you committed. Or exercise your right to trial. And then if you're found guilty, you get a far worse sentence than if you had pleaded. Unsurprisingly, more than 95% of defendants plead. People fill out job applications forms online and resume forms only to be spammed and have their identity stolen. Oh my god. I'm dealing with this right now. I was in the job market a few months ago and basically googled job openings at a well-known company with a facility down the road. I got to a very legit looking website and filled out the application. I got a call from someone asking about the app and then asked if I was interested in educational opportunities. I just said sure because why not? Now every day I get a call from a for-profit scam college bugging me about enrolling. I found out this scam college literally buys online domains and intentionally sets them up to look like a hiring site. Sometimes even straight up using big companies' names to lure people into giving up their info. Post dozens, if not hundreds of pictures of their children online. I really don't like people doing that. It's creepy. It's too much attention on that child they don't need and shouldn't get. Plus it's really making the parent looking like they're showing off a piece of property. It's a person, not something you own. Edit, 1 or 2 pics here and there can be alright, but not a dozen every day for their entire youth. We have a Google album of our kids that only people with the link can access. It works really well because only the people that want to see photos can, and it lets all the long distance family keep updated on what the kids are doing without me having to email photos out to everyone all the time, since they always ask for them. I don't post any photos of them anywhere else and ask that no one else post photos of them either. Stay in a relationship with someone that isn't right for them. I know so many people that stay in miserable relationships due to codependency and to not be alone. Being alone is like hell for some people, and it shouldn't be. There's also the relationships are hard work mentality. They're really not if you're with the right person. Occasional arguments are normal and every relationship goes through a rough patch or two. But if the whole relationship consists of you having to make it work, then you need to break up. Blindly believing in expiration or best by dates on food. The first are meant to give you a date for when the food might be expired, but it doesn't mean the food cannot expire after or even before said date. The second is even worse, since it only means when the food is tastier. Being so far removed from where our food comes from. Letting friends or family crash at your place for extended periods of time. Currently going through such a situation, but with past experiences, you can love and cherish someone deeply and want to help them. But knowing the difference between respectfully staying at your place and subsequently or unknowingly taking advantage of you without getting their finances in order can mean a lot. Shit into drinking water. Yeah, this should probably be the top comment. That thing they do at weddings, when the groom uses his teeth to remove that slice of fabric from the bride's leg. Yeah, that's not normal in the rest of the world. Laughing at videos of people in serious accidents. I grew up watching Australia's Funniest Home Videos once a week. I'm pretty sure there was an American version too. Most of the videos were just people hurting themselves. Sometimes pretty badly. In hindsight, it wasn't really that great a TV show. Brag about getting very little sleep from watching TV/phone time. It's mostly in high school, early college. But people don't understand the importance of sleep. It's considered polite to ask everyone you speak to for the first time in a day how they are doing. However, it is considered very impolite to actually answer the question. I don't understand why tanning is still a thing. I saw an entire family walk into a tanning salon a few weeks ago, little kids included. So I visited Japan, and this thing actually happened. I always say such things in anime and Japanese shows, but never put much thought into it before I visited. But they actually have young teenage idols, 12 to 14 years of age, doing meet and greets with old ass creepy men. Shaking their hands and taking pictures. It creeped me out big time. Once you spend enough time in Japan, more specifically Tokyo I guess, you realize that cute girl anime culture revolves around the interests of those kinds of men. Younger audiences have jumped on the interest, but those creepy men are the ones with money, and therefore always the main market. Pissing on a public toilet seat, or just flat out spraying diarrhea everywhere, and not even flushing. Hell, not washing their hands either. People rail against things supposedly because they are toxic for all of society, when their real motivation is that these things present an inconvenience to them. Personally I rail ketamine. Beg colleges/unis to get into their school for 3/4 years and get tens of thousands of pounds/dollars in debt just for studying for the jobs that they need seems a little dystopian to me. Taking out college loans. I can actually understand that if you're like 25, have an actual passion for something, and want to bet on yourself, but yeah, not at 17 to 18. You're not mature enough for such a risk. I also never understood vacation loans. It used to be a thing in my country up until a few years ago. If you have no money, do go on vacation. It's not rocket science. That the financial assistance available to young adults, -18 plus in the US, is contingent upon their parents' income. They're adults. Their parents should be out of the picture. Why is their college financing based on what their parents make? Why is the pressure on the parents to pay for their college? I lost out on a bursary because of this. My mom had a good year contracting, and they denied my bursary. Do they expect your parent to just give you all their extra money? Weddings. Big fat expensive dress up and party as a princess and prince with their court. Drive like a complete nut job. Can do a lot of damage. Smoking. I was a light/social smoker and was hyper aware of not letting it to affect anyone around me, which meant I skipped it over doing it many times. That's what felt right to me. No one deserves secondhand smoke, and littering isn't cool. But the best news is I'm coming up on a month smoke free. No more occasional smoke due to a glass of wine or stress, and I feel so freaking happy about it. Just wanted to celebrate a little and say there is one less smoker out there. Quitting is so hard even for a non-heavy smoker, but I finally freaking did it. That stupid little crutch is gone. After 10 days it got easier. Wishing luck to anyone trying to quit out there. Throw away their lives working too much and even ruining their health just to make a few dollars more, just to die early. Burying the dead. Seriously. Everybody needs to occupy a plot of land for eternity once they die. Cremate me. Feed me to the fishes. Whatever. Nobody is that special. We need the real estate for better things than rotting bodies. Not using their goddamn turn signals. Fuck. Calling their sexual partner baby. Spending time working at a job they hate so they can afford a house that's bigger than they need with rooms they never use. As a guy, we can all say we leave the seat up after a piss in the toilet. Female family members always complain about me doing it, and after a very messy night out being drunk and a need to a number 2 I found out why. Basic hygiene requires to lower the seat and the seat cover before flushing, to avoid tiny pieces of poo and pee flying in great numbers in the bathroom air, then depositing themselves on the toothbrushes, towels, and everything else in there. Also, for that reason, unless the filters in the hand dryers in public bathrooms are changed regularly, it is more hygienic just not to use them and let your hands air dry instead.